Hello, Stonegate and Naples Manor, and welcome to your real estate market report for March 2025. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty. Our neighborhoods had updates on 9 different properties this month, including 3 coming soon, 6 new listings, 7 price changes, and 3 new contracts. That's a lot of updates, so let's get moving. We'll start off with 730 Oxford Square Drive. This is one of Stonegate's 16 townhomes. It has 3 bedrooms, 1 full and 1 half bathroom, and 1,044 square feet. It went active on March 1st, listed at $438,000. It dropped its price by $10,000 just 9 days later, and then by another $3,000 to $425,000 on March 26th. They were still active at the end of the month, sitting at 31 days on market, so we'll check back on this one next month. 14725 Flintstone Lane is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, 1,683 square foot rancher. It was listed as coming soon on March 16th, priced at $650,000. They're expected to go active on tax day, April 15th, so we'll be revisiting this one in our next episode. 14712 Notley Road is a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,995 square foot split level. They popped up as coming soon on March 14th and active on the 21st, listed at $699,900. They were still active at month end at 11 days on market. Next up, 717 Pebblestone Court. This is a 2,100 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath colonial that listed for $740,000 back in October. They started off the month of March priced at $720,000, but had 4 price drops this month and ended up at $699,993. Admittedly, 2 of those price drops were for $1, and another was for $5. We've seen them run this script before, and they've now had 8 price drops in their 159 days on market. Let's see if they change things up next month. Do I hear $2? Maybe. We'll see. On the opposite end of the spectrum, here is 309 Notley Court. This 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,264 square foot colonial went active on Pi Day, March 14th, for $725,000 and went under contract 4 days later. They're due to close April 18th, so we'll see how they did then. 15301 Watergate Road in Stonegate. This 2,740 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath colonial went active on March 13th, priced at $730,000. They went under contract on the 18th, and they too are due to close in April. So we'll have an update for you in our next episode. 14525 Corona Drive is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,424 square foot split level. They went coming soon on March 1st, and then active for $799,000 on the 22nd. They went under contract on the 26th after just 5 days on market. They haven't indicated when they're scheduled to close yet. It could be the end of April, but might also be in May. So we'll keep our eye on this one until it does. 15208 Winstead Lane is a 4-bedroom, 2 full and 2 half bath, 2,600 square foot rancher. It was listed on March 15th for $860,000 and had a $40,000 price drop to $820,000 on March 27th. They were still active at month end at 17 days on market. We'll see what April brings them next time. And for our last property update for the month, 14820 Silverstone Drive. This is a nearly 4,000 square foot, 6-bedroom, 4.5 bath colonial. It was listed in February for $940,000 and went under contract 4 days later. They closed on March 26th for $995,000. That is $55,000 over their asking price, but it's still over $200,000 less than my team got for our comparably sized listing earlier this year. Pulling back out to take a more macro look at the Colesville market, we saw some really interesting trends developing. There was a flood of 62 new listings in Colesville in March. That's up 20% from last month and 27% more than March of last year. Contract activity was flat, though, with 37 new contracts in March of both years. Normally, when supply goes up and demand stays constant, you tend to see downward pressure on prices, but prices in Colesville continue to climb at a 5% annual rate in March, which is actually higher than it's been since 2023. Another interesting stat, time on market saw the reverse of a trend that had been building for almost a year. You see, since the start of 2024, the difference between the median days on market and the average days on market had been increasing, which is to say that while some homes were selling quickly, others were sitting for longer and longer. In February, the median time on market was 8 days and the average was 38. In March, the median dropped to 6 days, but the average dropped from 38 to 10. That's the lowest level in over 2 years. A problem with looking at time on market, though, is it's only calculated based on homes that went under contract. So there is a selection bias there, and we are seeing the time on market for active homes going up and up. So this could actually just be a continuation of the same trend we've been seeing, just in an even worse iteration, because some homes are selling quickly while others aren't. On the mortgage front, though, the average 30-year fixed rate loan closed out the month at 6.74%, which is exactly the same as it was at the end of February. Be sure to check back next month for another monthly market report for Stonegate and Naples Manor. Or, if you'd prefer more timely updates, including all of the listing photos for each property, register at the link in the description, and we'll set you up with a free automatic email anytime a property hits the market, has a price change, goes under contract, or closes in either neighborhood. And remember, if you or one of your friends or neighbors are looking to buy or sell, give me and my team a call. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty in Stonegate, Naples Manor. You'll be moved.